This is the clear case for the iPhone 16 Pro, and I don't really think it's that protective, especially for $50. I mean, it feels like plastic, it sounds like plastic, so can it really be that protective? I couldn't find the answer anywhere, so let's be the first ones to test this out. So to get started, let's put the phone in the case. This is my own personal 16 Pro, so if this breaks, that sucks. Guess I'll be using Apple Care. The clear case for the 16 Pro has an open bottom, which is part of why I don't really think it's going to be the most drop resistant. But enough talk, let's get to it. I'm doing these all from waist height because that's the most likely height that you drop your phone from. I'm not here to throw my phone up in the air and see how well it does. That's just not me. All right, perfectly good case, perfectly good phone. Let's test this out. Oh, that's a good hit, but you know what? But it's surprisingly okay. I can see that there's a bit of warping on the inside of the case, but let's try dropping it a couple more times on that corner and see if anything happens. All right, this is the second drop. Okay, so now we can see that the case is starting to lose some of its shape, and it didn't really do the best job of protecting because now I've got a crack down here in my screen protector. But the rest of the phone is fine. Oh, you know what? I think it's starting to crack in this corner. So let's give it another drop over here and see what happens. All right, this is drop number 3 on the top left corner. So 3 drops, and now what we're seeing is plastic layers kind of start to separate a bit there. But otherwise, nothing too much from the last drop. I do have some scuffs on the bottom corner here. Still no extra damage to the actual phone itself. All right, drop number 4, I think, on that same corner to see how long it takes until it just completely gives way. All right, so taking a look at that corner now, this is about the 4th drop, and it's holding up okay. It's starting to separate a bit and bulge out, but it is protecting the phone inside. So now let's start with some of the bottom corners here and see what happens when we drop it there, because I feel like this is where it's gonna fail the most. Okay, please don't break my phone. Here's a bottom corner drop as best I can on the iPhone 16 Pro clear case. Okay, here we go. This is more what I'm expecting. You can see that there's a full-on crack from one drop splitting down the side back of this case. But no other damage, but just to the case. But remember, this is a $50 case. So let's go drop it again on that same corner and see if the thing just shatters into pieces. All right, second drop onto the same bottom left corner. And now we have another crack in the screen protector, and we're seeing more cracks internally here in the case itself. So I think that warrants at least 2 more drops. Same corner, take 3. So this is after 3 drops. The case is totally deformed on the bottom. It's protecting the phone, but again, if I had a different case, say a Speak and Clear case, I don't think that this would be happening after 3 drops to the bottom corner. Let's go try one more to this corner, and then I think we could probably call it a day, but we'll see. I might want to drop this until it just totally breaks into pieces. Same, bottom left corner on the iPhone 16 Pro clear case. Drop 4. So after 4 drops, it's deforming more, but I don't know that it's gonna actually completely shatter. So let's take a look at the rest of the phone. There's a couple scuffs over here by the camera, but nothing else really. All right, so I'm gonna do a couple more drops onto this corner to see if it totally breaks, and then we'll try getting a flush drop to the bottom. Here we go, here's another drop to the bottom corner. It's still not broken, so I'm just gonna drop it one more time here and see what happens. And hey, one more, why not? And one more. So I think that's about 6 or 7, maybe 8 drops to that corner. One of them definitely hit up here and got the screen protector. Overall, the case is still intact, so yay, Apple. But before we go, let's try one that's flush along the bottom here and see what happens. Hopefully we don't need to go to the Apple store after this. Ready? So after that drop to the bottom, you can see that the case is cracked on the inside down here. I am noticing down here in the bottom corner that this one piece here is starting to separate a little bit. So maybe we'll do a couple more drops on that corner and see if it totally breaks off and call it a day. Same bottom corner. Oh, that was a good one. So the more and more I drop it on this corner, the more the material is just starting to deform. But you can see that the bottom here doesn't even hold on to the phone anymore. It's totally loose. So it might put up with corner drops, but this is not something I would trust at all to deal with some front drops, which I'm not going to test here. That's just needless abuse. All right, for fun, let's do a couple more drops on this top corner and see if anything else happens. Still not broken. Once more. Cameras are still good, which is good. For me, that's the most important part. So at the end of all this testing, looking around the phone, it's totally fine. The case did its job. The screen protector is no longer any good. So we're gonna get rid of that. Everything is perfect on the inside. I can't say the same for the case though. While it didn't crack into pieces, it didn't really do the best for something that cost $50 or $70 in Canada. These bottom corners are totally warped and don't even hold on to the phone anymore. I don't think this case is as plastic as I thought, so there's definitely more thought put into this from Apple's part. So I hope this answered the question of what happens to the Apple Clear case when you drop it. Does it shatter into pieces? Does it hold up? I think we've kind of got our answer now. Anyway, it's cold out, so I'm gonna go home and warm up. Thanks for spending your time with me, and I'll see you next time.